Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And it looks like I had a little microphone problem, so we're going to have to correct it a little bit. So, once again, thank you so much for being here on the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And tonight, we're going to be talking about the future of financial independence. That's right. You're going to have to learn more, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to be able to take the last 100 years as the playbook, because I'm about to show you something tonight that's very, very interesting in case you're behind the curve. We're talking about digital currency. A lot of you know that when you go to a bank, there's digital dollars. You just see a number on the screen, whether there's dollar bills there or not. Well, we're going to other digital type dollars that are going to be like tokens, coins, and trackable, which is the worst part, So all I want to say is, please let me know what you're going to have to say about this subject matter, and stay tuned, because it is Money Making Monday. So you have to figure out how we're going to be making money, how we're going to have financial independence. Well, this is a start discussion, and welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back. And before we start this, please share the videos, because you never know who you're going to be able to help. Also, once again, I did ask this originally, but please make sure you smash the like button. And if you like what I'm talking about in our discussion during this live stream, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the all notification bell. Now, the future of financial independence. So here's what starts happening. Everybody knows about crypto. They've heard about this subject matter, but you guys know how America and the rest of the world looks. Some people have to get advantages. So therefore, they do things like anything innovative, anything you're trying to do, governments, the oligarchs, the government, meaning Congress, will change laws and allow certain winners, and other people have to be losers. Now, I'm going to show you this little video that I found. So this is going to be impromptu. This is something about, well, I won't even tell you what it's about. Let me get this up on screen first. Check this out. In case you haven't heard of ISO 20,022, maybe you should start paying attention, gentlemen, because this is digital dollar art. So I want you to check that out, because I find this very, very fascinating about who is already playing the game. And before we get into it, we got to see who's in the house tonight. We have Auntie Val here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And she's bringing her tagline, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, fam. And she has the heart. She has the strength. She has the cup of Java. But I don't see her on my screen, which is very, very interesting. But nonetheless, she's known as Professor Auntie Val in these parts. And Professor Auntie Val and family has come out with Beachfront Java. We always have to pronounce this right. Beachfrontjava.com. That's where you go, ladies and gentlemen, to go get yourself some awesome blends of coffee. Make sure you get that. Whole beans, premium blends, and drip ground, and also better than drip ground, you have fine ground for that espresso crowd, and K-cups In case you like those, she has those. And for you people here, she has a special deal for the SSN Nation fam. When you order, after your first order, thereafter, for life, you get 10%. Your first order, you have to pay regular prices, only naturally. Now that you're going to be a, what shall I say, qualified buyer is what we would say, or valuable customer, you get 10% off for life. But the link is in the chat room for everybody, so go check it out. Please order. And thank you so much, Professor, for being in the house. Again, it looks like we're having a little lag time here, but Jawway J is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. He too has the icon next to his name as well. And he brings his tagline, hello, SSN Nation. Hope everyone is doing well. Yes, hopefully you're doing well as well. Received notification and saw the trailer. That's 2 people. Let's see if we can break the record tonight, because this is all about financial independence. You have to get it, ladies and gentlemen, because this next time, this could be damage that can never be undone. What I mean by that, this is going to be very, very scary for a lot of people. What if the middle class, lower middle class, is wiped out? Meaning you can't afford to live where you live. And because you can't afford to live where you want to live, you also can't afford food, gas, your electric nightmare. In fact, in case you know how life number 1. And if you don't have that, we have issues. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let's keep it rolling. Here we are. Here we go. We have also in the house, E. White is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. He too has the icon next to his name. And what he brings tonight, good evening. 1, I've received a notification as well. Thank you so much. That's 3 people that's received a notification. Hopefully he saw the trailer. That would be awesome. We have Ariam Kaye in the house, and E. White with the icon next to his name as well. Ariam Kaye is here, and he's in the house. So welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he says, hello, Eric and SSN family. Hello to you. ISO 20022 is the changes that would occur with SWIFT. Very nice. Every bank uses SWIFT to send or receive funds, and this is also the way they communicate with each bank in the world. Very well said. Very nicely said. Except, as you very well may know, I can send money on SWIFT to another person. That doesn't necessarily mean that that person who's on the other side, that the government's going to have anything to do with. Right? But here's the situation that's even different with digital, because now the other bank on the other side, this is going to be instant type of payments. So now they are actually partners for everything. So they have a vested interest to know on each side of the coin, why are you sending money, how you're sending money, and where this money's coming from, and we're able to track it. So remember that when we start talking about making things like crypto and trackable and everything's trackable, I personally like dollar bills. All right. Because that means what your activities are is untrackable. This also leads to things like I say, China. If you haven't understood what China has been doing, they've tracked everybody's money. You do something wrong, this could lead to. I'm not saying it's starting there, but I'm pretty sure we're going to finish there. The United States got to keep getting it incorrect sometimes, but I'm going to say it again. They're trying to take money out of your hands. They have a deficit. Where else are they going to get the money from? They're not charging the wealthiest. Then you. All right. Well, this is interesting. We've already started on the takeout, but it's okay. Every time we get into these financial independence conversations, all of a sudden we have glitches. All right. He says it. Ariam Kaye, you are correct about that, but it leads down a path that a lot of people may not want to go down because, like I said, in China, in parts of this world, when you're staying in this digital currency and they track your accounts, you jaywalk, money's coming out. You run a red light, money's coming out. You do anything against social, they don't like your personality, whatever you did, money's coming out. You don't want to go that far, right? Well, guess what? This is going that path. So keep that in mind. That's why you're going to have to find the future of financial independence is actually going to be autonomy. Autonomy, ladies and gentlemen. Think corporation, think trust, think offshore corporations, think trust. You're going to have to start thinking a little more higher than what you're used to. A lot of people are not familiar with these vehicles. You're going to have to start thinking this way. Running your own businesses where you control the cash flow in and out, and then you put your money into the system. That's the difference, all right? And offshore, bringing it into on the United States or offshore, depending on where you're from. You could be in the Eurozone, and then you say, I'm going to the island of Man or Malta or Cyprus, whatever the case may be. That's offshore if you're European, right? It's offshore if you're in the USA. So you might want to start thinking about expanding your horizons. So that's what financial independence is. James Way's in the house. James Way, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to your name. And he says, got the notification. All right, that's 5 already. Hello, everyone. You all know if you have trouble paying for it, the rent is too damn high. Exactly. The rent is too damn high. We have over 60% now. 63, 64% of the population is living paycheck to paycheck, and it's about to rise. So if you think the ISO is going to save the day, it's not. Inflation is still going to be up. The cost of living is going to increase. That's just the way it is. They devalue the currency every single day. So if you think inflation is the only number you have to worry about, incorrect. What you have to worry about is our deficit that we can't pay, and it's more than our GDP. Every country, by the way, if you guys missed some of my videos recently, every country that has the United States is over 100% of their GDP is owed. Their credit rating, except for one country, I got to say there's one country that is close to the United States. They still hold their AAA ratings, but every country who's in the same financial situation, United States, they do not hold their AAA credit rating around the world, nor do they all hold AA plus ratings. United States is being what you would call the exception. If we weren't the United States on world currency, we would not have an AA plus rating. We'd probably be in the Bs, which would mean it costs more money to pay back your debt. It costs a whole lot more money, and that would mean the cost of prices would rise. And therein lies our situation here, ladies and gentlemen. The future of your financial independence, you're banking on the United States still being the United States. United States is not the United States. We had the Industrial Revolution, late 1800s, into the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, up until around the 90s. Then it transpired where we go digital into, you guys know, Apple, Facebook, Teslas, and all this stuff. Well, there's what you would call a progress up, then there's a level off, then you come down. unless there's some new industrial advantage that we're going to have, which could be EV, electric vehicles. If you have that advantage, you're going to have to show it up sooner or later. You're going to need people to work if you still want to be going on an upslope with finances here. Otherwise, just like James Way say, if you're having trouble paying for it now, it's not going to get any easier in the future. It's going to cost you more, so therefore you have to make more. And you just can't sit there and say, make 3% more or 5% more to be safe. You better start thinking about assets and 10 to 15% more year over year, which is damn near impossible. But you're going to have to start thinking larger than usual, ladies and gentlemen. The old jobs where you sit back and get your $30 an hour, $20 an hour, $15 an hour, you're going to have to work 2 jobs to make all that work. So just think about it, all right? James Way's in the house, and Vanessa Comagate's here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. The perfect person to be in the house because she's known as the Seamless Genius with the icon next to her name. And she says, hey, boss and SSN fam, happy Monday. Happy Monday to you. And very nice to see you once again. Thank you so much for being here. Once again, James Way says computer bug hit the minute you mentioned. Exactly. Funny how that works out, right? Vanessa Comagate, I celebrated Beauty Emporium 1 year by paying the rent for the ladies this month. Congratulations. She's the Airbnb of malls. She has figured out a niche. Now, this niche is not something anybody can just do. You have to stake out the place you want to put your kiosk. Then you have to have a reason for people to rent half or part of the kiosk away from you, and you not have to show up, but sit at home and collect the monthly passive income. They open up their stand. They close the stand. They clean up their stand because it's their business that they're running there. And then they cut you a check every month. She's done it for 1 year. It looks like from the experiment that every business is, she has went through all 4 seasons. So she knows what to expect or what generally she can expect, because there's no way to know if there's going to be a COVID scenario again, right? There's no way to know if there's going to be some sort of force majeure. And a lot of people may not know what that means, but in case Mother Nature does something crazy and the place has to close down or whatever, you just never know. But she does know if everything is normal, she now has experience for 1 year and will know the seasons and the expectations. So then she can start thinking, should I go for a number 2 location? Because if one place where we receive passive income is great, then 2 is also equally as great. You double your money, and then she can triple it. So I'm pretty sure this is what she's going to do. So this is great news. Congratulations again. Seamless Genius has done it again. Out of the blue. It's awesome how she figured out this little niche. All right. Brian P's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to your name. And he says, hello, Eric. How is it going tonight? It's going great. Hopefully it's going well for you. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Hello, SSN family. And he has the icon next to his name as well. And once again, here we go. 1 year, $12,000 profit doing nothing. Exactly. I wasn't going to tell him, but she did. $1,000 per month passively. The ladies are successful at the Beauty Emporium. Everything's going great. They're apparently re-upping. So that is a great sign that they're able to do this for 12 months and they're not leaving. So they must be making money, and she's making money. It's a beautiful thing. I love it. Okay. 1 year. Congratulations, sis. Exactly. From Professor Auntie Val, showing some love. Exactly. Congratulations. It's beautiful. All right. Here we go. The CDC or CBDC. Let's get into this video. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe there's a video out on this? I was shocked. I didn't know anything about it. So when I saw this, I said, wow, this is very, very interesting. Something that is called Onyx. Onyx is the funny thing. But check this out. Check this out. In fact, I'm just going to play this. Hopefully it doesn't get turned off, which we will see in a second because I'm having glitches again. Every time I try to put this up, we seem to have a little problem, which is very, very interesting. I don't know why other people discuss this. It shouldn't be a problem, but we are having a problem. I'm having a lag. This is not cool at all because it's called Onyx. But wait till you see who's doing Onyx. So when I first started this out and I was discussing, notice how there's a disarray with crypto. The SEC doesn't know what they should do with people who want to be in crypto. Should we regulate it? Should we not regulate it? Should we give these people approval? Should we not give these people approval? Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Onyx.
Moving money can be challenging. Traditional payment rails create limitations, like complex and costly cross-border transactions and
Okay. You guys can't hear me. I know that for a fact. All right. My mic is back on. Sheesh. All right. Did you guys hear that video or see the video? Because my screen went like blank. So let me know if you guys saw that video. We're having a little technical difficulties this evening, which is very, very shocking. Like, not really. If you can hear me, then because my screen's not changing, so hopefully you can hear my voice. Auntie Val, thank you, love, from Vanessa Comagate. Then Vanessa says, I'm eyeballing another location, different product. I love that. Awesome. And this is bizarre. This is bizarre. All right. I'm back on the screen. Let me know. Did you guys see that video? Because apparently we're having all kill. Otherwise, I'm going to have to replay it. If you saw. Oh, we got issues all the way around. This is crazy. All right. Wow. No, I couldn't hear you, but I can now. Yeah, exactly. But did you see the video of the Onyx company? Video was frozen. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff frozen on my back end here. Let me know. Okay, video was frozen. So we're going to try it again. This is so weird. This is really, really weird. All right, we're going to try this one more time. And then if it doesn't work this time, then we will redo this. This is strange. All right, we have a big time problem here. No way to reset this either. All right, let's see if we can get this going again. Why is no? I didn't see the video at all. Exactly. We're having all kind of issues, and I'm having the comment section. Okay, here we go again.
Moving money can be challenging. Traditional payment rails create limitations, like complex and costly cross-border transactions and limited cutoff times. The needs of payments providers and corporate treasurers are increasingly complicated, but they're constrained by current systems, with limitations based on locations, currencies, and account types. Global payments infrastructure needs to evolve. Efficient payment mechanisms need to be agile and direct. Complex multi-account structures need a way to move money globally 24/7 with technology-driven automation and programmability efficiencies. Enter deposit tokens, a transferable token that can be used as collateral and unlock new pathways for storing, exchanging, and settling funds while still benefiting from the trust and stability of commercial bank money and connectivity to traditional financial services. We believe the future of money is token-based, and money moves instantly, replacing slower message-based systems and ushering in a new era of financial efficiency. We are transforming the future of banking. We are Onyx by JP Morgan.
Ladies and gentlemen, Onyx by JP Morgan. Did you guys see that video? Onyx by JP Morgan. I had to say it twice because that is wild. This is what they come up with. Again, the future of your financial independence is at stake, is the way I feel about it. Maybe you don't share the same point of view I do, but I see another brand here called Onyx, and it's by JP Morgan. I am thinking these guys have figured out a way to circumvent, like they always do, to stay number one in the financial industry, the sectors. Who else is involved? I don't know yet, but you can rest assured it's going to be the top 5 banks, right? You know, the Bank of America's, the Wells Fargo's, you know, they're also going to have their own type of deal. And so I am bringing this on the screen so you guys can see it here. All right, transforming the way money, information, and assets move around the world. See what I'm saying? At least they're honest enough to tell you information and assets move around the world. I'm telling you, that means it's on their system. Just like when you give your money to a bank and they can do whatever they want with it, is the same thing that's going to happen here. Whatever you put into their system, they get to control it. And they also get to be the ones to benefit because they get to charge you a fee, and they're also able to borrow against their assets, all of that. And they get to borrow against their assets using your money. And then you get to turn around and buy up whatever great assets there are out here. And right now, great assets look like real estate, right? That's what it looks like. They're buying up everything. So they know that you have to live somewhere. And they also know there's over 8 billion people on the planet. And they know every year, hundreds of thousands of people are being born, but you're not going to have millions of homes being built, even though you do. But around the world, are you going to have people being able to make enough money? No. Because the money is going to be in the hands of the few. Everybody else is going to have to work 2 jobs, 1 or 2, or you have to make more money. But be a boss, ladies and gentlemen, right? Vanessa Comagates out here being the boss. Professor Auntie Val out here being the boss. Anybody that starts their business and investing, you're being a boss because you understand you better start thinking CEO of your life. All right, look at that, how they started off. Formed in 2020, ladies and gentlemen, seasoned, world's first bank-led blockchain platform for the exchange of value, information, and digital assets. See, this digital asset thing, it's here, it's coming. All right, they've blocked all the NFT generally. You're selling securities, right? They blocked like Debtbox license saying, oh, those are securities. But Onyx and JP Morgan, who are going to be doing exchange of value and digital assets, they're cleared. No worries, because they're linked by JP Morgan. They're vetted. They're good. An information exchange network, that bothers me. That enables seamless payments related to data sharing between institutions. What did I tell you guys? What did I tell you? This right here, this statement right here tells you all you should need to know. This is exactly what this is. They are now going to be sharing information from institution to institution without having to get approval from governments. All right. You guys know the story. Some of you may be new here. Maybe you don't know the story. So I'll give you the story. Some of you have heard this before. So a lot of you know I was born in France, and that doesn't mean anything. But what means something is I'm an American as well. So you can be an American citizen banking in France. But if you are married to a French citizen, the United States comes knocking and says, hey, we need financial information from that American citizen. The France, the country has already signed off on it, as has damn near the whole world, except for about 11 nations. But the whole world damn near signed off on this activity. Now you would say, okay, Eric, the United States government, they just want the information from the American citizens. What's the harm? Here's the harm, ladies and gentlemen. They made France agree to the fact they're married. We need to see the French citizens' banking information. France said, no problem. You can have their information. That right there tells you where this is all leading. These guys are going to do worldwide confiscation. And I hate to use confiscation, but I have to use it so you guys get a sense of urgency of why this is crazy what's about to happen. Because they will be able to stop your money from coming. And not only that, due to your affiliations, they can take other people's money that's not even a citizen of your country. Is that crazy or what? Well, that's what's already going on. France has signed on to this. Of course, UK has. All right. Several countries. I don't know about Spain or any, Norway, Sweden, and all that, but I'm pretty sure they're signing up too. This is dangerous. When all of a sudden you have associations, and it could be vice versa. A French citizen could have an audit. All of a sudden now they're going, oh, yeah, well, you're married to an American citizen. We're going to look at their bank account too. And we can come in and take their money too. And you have separate bank accounts. Not separate in their eyes. So be very careful out here, ladies and gentlemen. So I just had to play this video because this is funny. And now you can see on the website, linked by JP Morgan, giving them legitimacy. Look at here, coin systems. Here's the offerings. Next generation payment rails powering right time value transfer. All right, let's get real. As far as everybody knows, when you go use your credit card, as far as you buying something, it's settled. But in the background, it's not really settled, right? It usually takes 24 to 48 hours for it actually to settle. This right here is designed to settle immediately. So that would mean 24 hours, 7 days a week, you can actually send payments. What are they going to charge you for it? I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, look at what's happening. Onyx Digital Assets, again, they've made it murky all these years about digital assets, and now all of a sudden it's going to be all good. A blockchain network enabling exchange of value for various types of digital assets. They get to dictate what those digital assets are. Again, putting up a roadblock for ordinary citizens potentially to get in on the game. Blockchain launch, center of excellence, whatever, new applications. Okay, blockchain out, great. Okay, there you go. So I just wanted you guys to understand. But here's the most important part that I'm about to put on the screen now, because this is disgusting when you think about it. All the blocking that they've done with tokenization, and here these guys are. Here they are. Look at this. Look at this. This is disgusting. Unleash the power of tokenization. So can you imagine over the last 3, 4, 5 years, if the United States governments and governments around the world said, oh, yeah, as long as you have a token, you can actually back that or sell things with it, like an NFT, for instance. Yeah, that's tied to your house, or that's tied to a car, or that's tied to anything you want, the sofa, right? When I sell that NFT, that changes the transfer, the digital asset. I sold you the couch. That's right. You sent me over some crypto or bought my NFT for the amount that we agreed upon. You own the couch now. You own the motorcycle now. You own the house now. It's all trackable. Nobody can go down to the courthouse and make fake deeds and said it was transferred and record them. Can't do that no more. Can you imagine if they'd said, oh, that's all good, but no, hold on. We have to wait for Onyx by JP Morgan before we can do this tokenization and not be in a gray area. And by the way, as of today, we're still in a gray area, as everybody knows. But for these companies who are in the ISO 20022, apparently there is no gray. They get to have digital assets using tokenization. I want to learn more. I want to know more. All right. Look at this. Such as enabling them to be used as collateral. Oh, color me shocked. Because that's what America's built on, derivatives. Of course, they're going to allow you to use whatever you have as a collateral to borrow against. They're holding your collateral, ladies and gentlemen, because you're using their system. Again, that's the way I look at it. Maybe you guys look at it differently. Okay, here we go. Against secured intraday financing, of course. And posting them as collateral margin. This is crazy right here. Margin calls, really? Derivatives, ladies and gentlemen. See, it's the same old banking, just a different way of doing it. Derivatives. And they're calling it collateral margin. Okay, yes, you have to have collateral, and then you get a margin. You're saying, okay, I need to borrow. They go, we'll give you 30%. And you always have to maintain that 30% ratio. So if your asset value goes down, that means you have to add more money into your account. That's a margin. This is crazy. Bring your use cases to life. Build scalable institutional grade applications tailored to your business needs with the help of our banking and blockchain experts. Now your business is going to be locked in and tied in with them. People are going to go do it. You know that. And that means you're giving the banks more money in a different format to make it work. I'm just saying, what do you guys think about this? We already knew this was coming. Come on now. You guys have been here for the last 2-3 years. You already knew about ISO 20022 about 2 years ago, 2021. But now we have a whole bunch of other things going on. This is crazy. All right, let's go. Very little of it. No, I didn't see the video. Brian P., smash the like button. I appreciate that, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta smash. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. Jawway J. Eric, I do agree with them that the way we currently transfer money around the world needs to change. Jawway J. See, therein lies the situation. I agree with you 100%. It's on the SWIFT system. So, for instance, if I want to send something on the SWIFT system, depending on what country it is, most countries accept that. That was created by like the US, Europe, and all that. It's going to take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days to transfer. But as you guys already know, Cash App exists. PayPal exists. But the government doesn't control those. That's the key thing. So You can transfer money immediately on several different platforms. Hell, even Western Union works, right? You can have money transferred around the world on several different platforms. Why do I have to come out with this ISO? Again, I think the whole premise is they want to know where your money's going and coming from. And there's only one way to make it happen. It has to be digital, that they control. You can't bypass. So for instance, I can send you money on PayPal and Cash App anywhere to anybody that has those platforms. That's outside of the loop for banking. Banking, the government can come in and say, hey, we want to take all their money that comes through. On the other platforms, they're like, hey, yeah, we got to have warrants. We got to have things that we have to jump through before we can actually do what we want to do. And even then, it's temporary. So they are like, okay, let's do this ISO thing because then we control the whole streams in and out. So that's what I think's one of the things. You may say, hey, I want money to be transferred like in 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Well, that's what crypto's been all about the whole time. But why didn't all the countries just allow it to be regulated and make the regulations so everybody had to jump through the same regulations? That's what you have to ask yourself. So the fact that they did not do that, and they always made it murky, even in Europe, they said, oh, yeah, we're going to make you licensed and regulated. That's fine. But look how long they waited until this year after they already made agreements around the world for the ISO, knowing full well what's going to more than likely happen. They're going to have the cheapest fees. So why would somebody use another place when you send $1,000 in crypto and have like $50 or $60 taken out? And these guys are like, oh, that'll be $5. I don't know what their fee is going to be, but it could be like $3 or something. You're not going to be able to beat these guys. That's the way I look at it. They control everything. So again, we will find out. And you are correct about the time. They need that. Here we go. Professor, JPMC has been involved in crypto from the beginning. That is correct. With other banks, Goldman, Bank of America. That's right. New York City Mellon Bank. That's right. They are some of the original investors in the tech, ETH, XRP, etc. Exactly. While they were doing the bad mouthing for the 12 years, they were bad mouthing it. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, yeah, we're good with it now. That's because they had to get everything straight on their side. So then that way they can circumvent the existing guys. They didn't want to jump on the bandwagon and help ETH. They didn't want to help XRP even. They don't want to help any of the existing blockchains if they can help it. They're just going to make their own. This is the whole point. But they weren't savvy enough at the beginning. It took them years. I remember when JP Morgan, like 3 years ago, was it? When they were calling for engineers for their crypto division. That's how crazy this got, right? So this is no surprise at all. I just think they backed certain things, but that was so they could learn because they had to get up to speed. It's not like they had in-house all the crypto guys, right? Let's call it Victor Marrero. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to his name. He brings his tagline this evening. Hello, all. Let's do this. That's right. We're having a discussion this evening. If you want to get in on that discussion, please make comments in the chat room. Let me know what you think about this ISO 20,022 and them using digital currency. And straight off the bat, we already know JP Morgan's in. You know what that means. Wells Fargo's in. Bank of America's in. Clearly. Goldman Sachs, as Professor said, right? Bank of Mellon, they have to be in it. All the big boys, they have to be in it. That's the way this is going to go. She said Goldman Sachs, B of A, Bank of New York, Mellon Bank, all of those guys in on it. The top 10 best banks are probably all going to be on it. They're Fed banks. That's what they do. All right. That's how we do this. Georges Charles is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. He too has the icon next to his name. And he says, hello, all. I smell money in here. That's exactly right. Smelling money means we also have to be abreast of what's coming because we have to be able to take advantage of these things, right? How are we going to be able to take advantage when they do their ISO 20020? Let us know. Let's see. Let's see what happens. That's right. Auntie Val says, no way were they going to let startups play in their financial playground without their blessing. Exactly. And their cut. Exactly. That's exactly the shame. This is why the SEC and the FTC and all these guys just kept doing gray areas. This is why China kept going back and forth, because China's, they're somewhat of a social capitalist. I don't know what to call them now. They are not communists. Let's just call it what they're not. But these guys understand they have to have a capitalistic system somewhat in the way they operate their country. They can still do their old dictatorship stuff, but at the same time, they're doing capitalism as well. So that's why they too, initially, just like they do, they allow counterfeiting, they were allowing crypto. And then they realized, wait a minute, if we allow our billion citizens to be able to use crypto without our say so, that means they can be on the internet, and that means they will find out what the rest of the world is doing. And we can't have that. So we better start shutting down this mining, start messing with this gray areas. Crypto's good 1 minute, crypto's no good the next. Oh, crypto's no good. Think about all the things China is. Counterfeit country in the world. This is crazy, but they care about crypto though, because that's your autonomy. If you have no money, you don't have autonomy. That means you have to go by what the government says, because you're not mobile. You can't just go, you know what, I'm leaving. You know what, I'm going to live over here. I'm going to live off grid. I don't need to see you guys because I have internet. I have a way to make money, and I can send people money and make things happen. I don't need you. That is the problem that governments are having. But now they've come up with their own way. Oh, we'll just make the banks hold everybody's money, and we'll just allow BTC, Ethereum, and all that to occur. But like Professor says, they're not going to allow startups to have gravy on this. They blessed Coinbase, for Christ's sakes. They gave blessings for Coinbase to operate. Then the SEC says, oh, we have a problem. We need to talk. I'm just like, how is this even a thing? You gave them blessings to operate. They're regulated. They're licensed. Now they're not. This is what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. This is crazy. All right. Victor Morrell showing some love at Vanessa Comagate, 12K for doing nothing. Congrats. That's the income I like. Keep pressing. That's right. She's about to press another number 2 location. Would be awesome. It's going to be sweet. It's very, very good. I love that. That Victor Morrell. Thanks. Exactly. This is great news for her. Let's see. There is a healing device called red light therapy for feet sweeping Asia. Never heard of that one, but that's very interesting for feet. A red light. A video did pop up when I was on social media. I didn't know what they were doing because they were doing something over people's over their feet. And I was like, what the heck is that? If that's the one you're talking about, they weren't touching. They were just like a light, like a laser or something. And people were, I just skipped by it because I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. I'm just like, all right, just their feet. That's the video I saw. So I don't know if that's it, but that's pretty funny. Jawway J, you're limited on how much you can transfer on those platforms currently. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Just like in Zelle, depending on your account, you can only send so much. Wire transfer, your bank could restrict you. I don't have any restriction that I know of. But then again, I've never sent like over 50K, but I've never had any restrictions for wiring money out. Cash App, I rarely use it. It's only when people sent me something. So I don't know about the send out other than 50 or 100. Actually, I do know send out because I sent something to family. But it was $50, $100 or so. It wasn't anything like thousands. So I don't know if there's a cap. But you're probably right. There has to be a cap because otherwise they're going to call it money laundering. Let's get real. Remember, they're going to cap it. they're not going to allow you to go X amount of dollars. They're going to call it money laundering. We got to check on this guy, especially when you send over 10K automatically. But if you normally have sent 10K, then there's really no red flag. It's just they report it. But again, that reporting is all, now they don't have to report it. If we go CBDC and it's the currency, they'll be like, a trigger will come up in the computer algorithm. We'll be like, hey, he sent over 10 grand. Hey, he sent 20. Hey, he sent 50. He sent 100. Then they're going to come knocking like, hey, what's going on here? Let's see. All right. Here we are. Victor Marrero says, Eric, saw your video about DebtBox and the SEC charges. What a damn mess. Exactly. Hate to tell you, but we can kiss that money goodbye. Yes, so infuriating. All we do is shake it off and move on. Victor Marrero, exactly. According to the MLM lawyer, and Troy Dooley was asking the right questions to keep things going in the direction of a person that would be invested or who put money into MLMs or MLMs in crypto companies or DebtBox, no licenses. It laid out clear by the MLM attorney Thompson. And again, you guys, I've been in business so long. Kevin Thompson, if I looked it up, but I couldn't find him. I thought he was partners with somebody else before. And I'm pretty sure in the 90s, if I look through some of my paperwork, I have documents and letters from his law firm, but I couldn't find it when I Googled it. I'm like, wait a minute, Kevin Thompson, I know this guy. And then I'm like, wait, he was partners with somebody and they used to do like MLM networking and help people structure their plans, their compensation plans and deal with the law and all that. But I looked online and all it says is Kevin Thompson, MLM attorney. And so I'm like, okay, maybe it's not him. But I was like, I could have sworn I have paperwork with this guy. So he's been around a long time. He's been around over 20 years in the MLM network marketing and dealing with them and SEC, because all MLM companies find themselves under an SEC investigation usually, because network marketing companies generally have this one thing that they can't get by. They have a product, usually one product, like everybody was famous for the juices or the powders. And then they were priced so high that if you put them on the shelf, nobody would buy them. So most people that would buy them would be people that signed up into the business opportunity. So that's a red flag for the FTC. And so therefore you're going to have the government involved, because they're going to say, hey, you know what? 90 or 80 or 90% of your customers are your people that signed up in your network marketing company. So that doesn't count as a network marketing company in our eyes. So you have to go to court, spend millions of dollars. And so that's why Thompson, and I'll say Kevin Thompson, but I'm pretty sure he had a partner at the time. And that's why they were the go-to company pretty much. They were number one. There's two companies, and I can't remember the other guy's name. There's two companies that were like go-to companies. If you're in that field, if some company says, I don't know who they are, or we're not working with them, then you probably shouldn't be involved with them. So that's who these guys are. So when they're what Victor Marrero is talking about, if you missed the latest video on DebtBox Node, it's an hour long where an MLM attorney is talking about, yes, DebtBox, but he's also talking about network marketing, multi-level marketing, and crypto. And pretty much, he says, when you combine those two, he says it's like a wrap. 99 out of 100, he advises his clients, do not, if whatever you do in network marketing, do not add crypto to it. You will be under SEC, FTC investigations if you do that. Now, I wish I would have seen this video beforehand, but nonetheless, they just came out with it because of DebtBox, and Troy Dooley is friends with Travis Flaherty. So that's how this all goes down. So Troy Dooley actually has a vested interest because he's known Travis for years, right? So he knows questions to ask because he's trying to help his buddy out, because Travis Flaherty, because he was promoting it heavily and he was an ambassador for the company, the SEC looks at it like he's an unlicensed broker because they're calling the license from DebtBox a security. So that's why they're calling Joe Martinez, the owner of IX Global and IX Global, as unlicensed brokers as well into the SEC investigation. And they have like 10 or 12 or 13 other people. There's 18 total because they were big time marketers and once again, unlicensed brokers, and they were able to make X amount of dollars from it. So they said, hold on. And again, there's one other thing about this, which is very, very bad. Joe Martinez and not so much him from IX Global, but the guys from DebtBox. First, where the guys from DebtBox started saying things like, we're going to move all our assets to the UAE. In case you guys don't know what the UAE represents, you can't be extradited from the UAE first, which also means any money that you transfer to the UAE, the United States or any other country can't get it out. So they can't do anything. So when IX and DebtBox Node, I think it was DebtBox Node, started talking about, we're going to transfer everything over to UAE, I was like, that's not a good thing. So the SEC said, hold on, they're talking crazy. They're trying to fly the coop and they're not regulating our eyes. So we're going to freeze their accounts, which means they froze DebtBox Node's account, not IX, DebtBox Node's. All right. So that's how this all goes down. And unfortunately, it's the SEC, it's the government. I don't think you're coming back from this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Here we are. I'm having a gathering this weekend to get people to test the device out. How much is the device? And is it the device that I saw that looks like a little laser that you actually wave over people's feet, right? That's what I saw this weekend. But I glanced through it because I didn't know what it was. I was like, oh, nice, a laser. I don't know what that was. It looks like a scale, but you put your feet on it. Good for gout. Oh, neuropathy. Nice. Okay, so it's not the one I saw with like this little scanner thing. So we will see. This is very interesting. A lot of people suffer the swelling, etc. Big market, and I will test it out. How are you going to test it, though? I mean, do you know somebody that are several people with the problem? And how long do you have to be on that? Because I'm pretty sure whatever, I don't know if it's an hour, 5 minutes, or a day, but I'm pretty sure it means ongoing treatment, right? Because it can't cure, because your body, you would need to do something to actually make it go away. So that would be very interesting. Okay, here we go. We can hear you, but no video. Victor Marrero, okay, he missed the video too. They just won't play that video. That's interesting. Ariam Kaye, invest in real estate, a safe investment. See, I agree with that sentiment. But what they're going to try and do over the next few years is transition to where what everybody's talking about, NFTs, where you actually have control of the entity based on something. That's, I think, what they're talking about with Onyx. They're talking about tokenization for assets. I believe that's where they're going. They just want to be able to control it, right? They want you to make sure you're on their Onyx system, for instance, in the JP Morgan. You're on the Onyx system, you're on our blockchain, you control it. So then that way it's controlled by the government by proxy. So therefore, if they ever want to take it away from you, they're like, yeah, the dude has these assets, this money. We just want to take it. We need it because we're running out of money. Whatever the case may be, that a government can do it. That just gives them license to steal. Just like right now, when your money's in the bank, just like you have to sign off and say, hey, once I deposit money in your bank, I no longer own it. You sign that, ladies and gentlemen. And so they can do whatever they want. That's why banks don't have to have any money in their bank if they don't want to. They can tell you to come back in a month to get your money. You already signed off on it. It's their money when you give it to them. All right, just keep that in mind. So we're going to have this play out in a digital format, except now can you imagine? You're not going to the bank to get dollar bills anymore. Can you imagine? Everything is going to be on a little card or however you're going to transfer this stuff. Can you imagine? I feel very uncomfortable with not being able to have cash. And I would feel even worse if all of a sudden there is no cash and they go, all your money that you have is online. That's crazy. So the question then becomes, can I move money into my own wallet? Then that means the next question is, I have it in my wallet. I'm using a different blockchain than the United States government. How about that? Because that's what's going to happen. That's what I'm going to be doing. I won't be using their chain, period, if they go digital. I'll be using someone else's. But then will the other chains have to be regulated? That's where the $1 million question comes in. You can see where this is going. Invest in real estate, a safe investment. I agree with that 110%. There's going to be more people on the planet. There's 8 billion. There's probably going to be 9 billion in about 2 or 3 years. So there's just going to be a lot of people. And there's not going to be enough affordable housing. Keep that in mind. So the millennials already know. They've already said it in the studies and surveys. They've already said, we're just going to have to rent for our whole life. And I can't blame them for thinking that way. If you just now became 18, 19, 20, 23, and you went out to get an apartment and they said, hey, a 1-bedroom apartment's $1,800. And you got your job when you're 21 and you make $60,000 a year, $5,000 a month, but $1,800 times 3, I don't qualify. First of all, I need roommate because I can't pay this. Or I got to find another place where I probably don't want to live that costs less. So they're resigned. They said it in their surveys. Well, I'm never going to own nothing. I'm just going to rent for my whole life. I'm just like, damn, that's almost like we're in India or something, or China. If you don't have any hope, like people always had hope coming to America, you can be anything you want. If you lose, you can't be anything you want or financially be stable and financially free. If you work hard and do whatever, that's like a whole generation of loss. That would be very bad. But we're going that route right now. They're bringing the device to my home. It takes 30 minutes. People swear by it. Okay, so is this 30 minutes? What I mean is, are you saying it takes 30 minutes per, let's say it's a scale, to be on this scale for 30 minutes, but then when do you have to come back and how much is the person paying? Those are the two questions. Do we have to, I'm pretty sure we have to come back, right? It's an ongoing therapy situation because it's not like, I don't know if it can actually cure something. So this is going to be very, very interesting. What are they using? I mean, I don't get it, but you say people swear by it. My idea is to purchase 2 of them, set up in mall. People can pay for 30-minute services. Kind of like the teeth whitening used to be, where they had those laser kind of things. I never even did one of those. I probably should have to test it out. But those teeth whitenings that they even had, remember when we did the auction, the flea market, and I might have shown in the flea market 2 doors down from where we had the booth, they had the teeth whitening where people sit in the chairs, and then they had like 3 of those or 4 of them in the flea market, and people were doing them all the time. So if it actually works, people are going to do it. Red light therapy is big biz. It's very healing and no medication, good for pain. Now we're talking. If it can alleviate pain, is big time. We can alleviate pain instead of taking pills. That's excellent right there. Glad to hear that. That will be very interesting. Very interesting. JP Morgan has a coin called JPM running on Quorum blockchain, the private sector of Ethereum network. See, they don't tell us about this with our 401k. Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, you see what he just wrote? See what these guys have been doing while they've been messing with crypto companies? They've been doing exactly what they told everybody else is against the rules. You knew they were doing this when Jamie Dimon, about 4 years ago, was it? When Jamie Dimon, who was an ardently against crypto, all of a sudden came out and go, oh, we're all good with crypto. Yeah, it's all right. Order up some blockchain experts. Let's get these guys in-house. Let's get some crypto experts. That's when you knew. Right then and there. We talked about it back then. You know what was coming. Auntie Val, correct, Victor. The ETH version of XRP or XLM. The hitch has always been the fees. But that's actually, Professor Auntie Val knows XRP, hardly any fees. XLM, hardly any fees. The problem also was the banks weren't savvy on the blockchains. They didn't have people in-house. The blockchain guys, all the crypto guys that were doing all the technology weren't in the banking industry. So they had to get guys coming in. So when the guys came in, they said, just create your own blockchain, man. What are you doing? We'll just mirror. And we can make it digital and we can make it computerized, actually. So we can have low fees. That's not even a thing as long as you guys give a blessing for it. We're just going to make it computerized, just like Ethereum. I agree with this 100%, Professor. Exactly. It's recommended to do it 3 to 4 times a week for 30 minutes. Okay. So what's the cost? That's the other thing. How much is it going to cost for this? This is interesting. First of all, the cost for the customer, but how much is the cost of the machine as well? Can't say it cures anything. Exactly, just normal. But people have been healed from pain and swelling. That's interesting because that should be an inside your body thing. And if you can't rectify the situation in your body, how does it work from the outside? Even though if you start checking ancient healing methods, the bottom of your souls, ladies and gentlemen, needs to be grounded with the earth, quite frankly. A lot of people don't realize this. Remember, everything's electric. The earth actually has magnetic fields. It has electricity running through it, and that's how you can get rejuvenation. Which also brings to the point, have you ever figured out how they were able to move those 70-ton blocks for the pyramids yet? I'm just saying. I'm just giving you guys something to think about. The earth has electrical ions and everything. So this right here, when she says that this is working under your feet actually has pressure points, and it actually does certain things for your body. A lot of people haven't read up on Asian maybe medicines. Go read it. You'll find out things are very, very interesting, and maybe a reason why American citizens don't live as long as other parts of the world. Right? Several reasons, quite frankly. Some it has to do with diet, but nonetheless, Vanessa Camaye, I'm going to send you my friend's video of another red light device. Okay, beautiful. Well, I just want to know how much this device costs and how much you're charging customers. That's what's cool about it. Vanessa, are you still doing this as kiosk? Yes, I believe that's what she's saying. She's going to do it at the kiosk. She's going to do her second business, which actually would be pretty awesome. I'm liking this. I'm liking it. She always has these little twists. And what I'm really liking is if it relieves anybody's pain is major around the world. It is. It's just major. So if you can relieve people's pain, they will be on this like hotcakes. You tell somebody you don't have to take this pain medication, which is killing some parts of your body, whether it's your kidneys, right? Whether it's causing cancer, whether it's messing up your brain. I mean, there's all kinds of things with pain pills you don't want to take. Black boxes on them. Okay. So 800 milligrams, 1,000 milligrams that you get from the prescriptions. Let me do this. Let me see if I can find it. I'm just going to show people some things. That's why you can't take pain pills for a while. I mean, you're not supposed to take them like months, weeks at a time. So let me see if I can find something. So I'll show you. And not to mention, some of them are addictive, almost all of them. So I'm going to see if I can find this. But this has something to do with health, ladies and gentlemen, your health. And I can't pull it up real quick. And a lot of people have heard of Oxycontin, which, well, that's like heroin, actually. I'm just like, that's like heroin. This is crazy. This is real crazy when you think about it, that they're allowed to give that type of medication, calling them pain pills or whatever, when in fact you're giving somebody heroin, and then people are effed up and they're like, oh, I don't know what's going on. It's not that, right? So all I'm saying is any product that can help with any pain situation is going to be highly, highly sought after. All right. Okay. And here we go. I'm just going to give, I'm not even going to put on the screen OxyContin, which I was talking about, Embeda, Hyzingla, Zodra, Targanique. For example, the OxyContin version is difficult to crush, making it harder to snort or dissolve. Go tell the people that sell OxyContin that. Where are these guys? This is CNN Health. This is ridiculous. People are snorting OxyContin. It's heroin. Come on, stop playing. Hope all opioids would eventually be abuse deterrent versions, but he cautioned that there's still research needed. Okay, the reason why the pain pills work like that is because they are harmful to you. Let's just call it what it is. Stop playing. And in America, they allow you to use these things, whereas in other countries, they don't allow it to be used. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see. She's putting forth a plan. If you want the future of your financial independence, look at what's happening right here. You have Vanessa Comegate starting some more business. You have Professor Antival starting some more business. You have a lot of us buying some more real estate. Notice everybody's locking in, trying to get their assets going. Because in 2 years, 3 years, you're going to wish that you were trying to get your assets going in 2023. That's how this is all going down, ladies and gentlemen. I plan to, after I check it out, I've been impressed by what I've seen so far, sis. Okay. I emailed you 2 videos. This ought to be good. Thank you so much. I'm going to check this out. Do you happen to know how much the machines are, though? Medicines are hurting people. Red light therapy penetrates the skin and heals. That's what I wanted to hear. That's what has to happen, actually, in order for the healing to begin, because a lot of people, you have to understand how your body works. When there's some pain or when there's something wrong with you, generally it's from inside out. It's not from outside in. So there's a problem inside that has to be corrected. You just can't put something on generally, unless you put something that can go through your blood, your skin layers and into your bloodstream. Okay, tropical, yes, but that's the only way. But trying to heal something like this, it has to be able to penetrate. That's what I was talking about, because if it doesn't penetrate, then it's not actually able to work. It has to be able to change something in your body. All right. So similar to transdermals. So same kind of thing. Yeah. And that's one of the key things. Can you imagine not having to take these bad pain pills and instead you're able to use this? Oh my God, this would be so major. This would be worldwide, quite frankly. This would be awesome. Awesome product. So I'm very happy to hear this. Now they have me going. If that's possible. Now, the question though, I have lots of questions, because you have to understand how you have to get through layers of your skin. So if they're not using transdermal anything or not putting anything, they must have something on to put on there that can go through your layers of skin tissue and get into your bloodstream or something. I just can't imagine. They got to have something, or maybe whatever this is, it can penetrate. But either way, this is going to be very, very cool. And if I can play this video tonight, I will play it so everybody can see what it is, because other people, what we do here, it's Money Making Monday. Even though we talk about business opportunities, not everybody's going to do it. And the other side of the coin is it's brand new. So that means if you want to do this, you can jump in on it. Let's see if I can download this. I hope I can. So then we would see it tonight. You'd be seeing it here, ladies and gentlemen, first. Let's see what this is. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll check it out. All right. So while we're doing that, it's time for 3 things American. 3 things American. Exactly. The machines will retail for over $1,000 easy, but the key is the service. That is very true. Once people find out there's some way to relieve pain, that's going to be major. I'm not sure about how much I will charge for the service. Other factors to consider. Yes, as from a business standpoint, you do have to figure out how much you got to pay somebody potentially, how much the machines cost, how much is it going to cost you to have a place whether it's a kiosk, an office buildings, whatever. In your spare time, research red light therapy. It's powerful for okay, don't even get into this. Pain is one thing. Cancer is a whole nother level. If you can do something with cancer, that is worldwide. That is even more than pain. That is a cure which has been locked up. Okay, I'm not going to do the conspiracy thing. We'll just say there's no cure for cancer, all right? I'll go with the government line. But this would be major. And look, I'm just gonna I look at, I mean, if you guys have been, look, I've been involved with the little medical situations for a long time. The United States and every government will not even try to think about curing or letting stuff out that actually can do any helpful things with cancer. There are things that exist, but they allow certain things. But if you came up today and said, I have a cure for cancer, that stuff's going to be stopped. Let's just call it what it is. 3 things Americans will spend obscene amounts of money on: beauty, weight loss, and pain management. She's right. No matter the economy. That's the key thing. No matter the economy, ladies and gentlemen, she's exactly right. We've talked about this before. The beauty industry is one of them. Weight loss is also, in pain. Those things, even though we never talked about pain, but it's true. All of that. And that's why during a bad economy or good economy, people are still going to do this. That's why those businesses still thrive regardless of economics. So that's going to be very interesting. I like to hear this. After this weekend, I will let you know how an opportunity can be had, boss and SSN fam. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, she's known as the Seamless Genius. I'm going to tell you right now. So you were thinking about, okay, there's a machine. We can get some people to be there. And that means we have to have not only customers, but we're going to have employees if we do this, right? So Seamless Genius, her mind is probably spinning, and she's going to come up with some plan that makes it almost passive. I know she is. This is what's so special. And some of you can start thinking about this. If you want to get in on this, you might start thinking about what you can do to make it passive. Because again, if you have a machine and you need to get customers and somebody needs to man the machine, which I don't know yet, I'm pretty sure that's what has to happen. But if you have to man the machine with a customer service person or some attendant, so be it. That means there's cost for that. And nobody's going to do it for $10 an hour, I'm pretty sure. I mean, the quality of work is what you're going to pay for. So you're going to have to, you're going to have to pay these people some money, right? Nobody's going to work for cheap, and nor should they. All right. Unless it's something fairly easy, then somebody might say, yeah, I'll work for $50 a day, $70 a day, whatever. All right. I don't know what's happening here. I have already clicked on this. Why don't I have this up? This is interesting. Slow-mo for today. All right. Okay, I can't. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, the video is going to be played today, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, damn, maybe. It's coming across as some weird. Let's see if I can play this. I don't know. It's coming across as a different codec. Let's see. I think we're going to be good. Oh, we're good. Oh, we're not good. Yeah, I need an extension. It came up under a different. It's all right. I'm about to be able to do it. So, says I installed another app. Yeah, MP. What that is. But nonetheless, if I do it, damn. Play specific types of media with this extension for Windows 10. Okay, it looks like I'm not going to be playing it right now because it looks like an app that I have to go to the Play Store and buy to play the video. That's no fun. Damn. Okay. I don't know what HEIC is, but nonetheless, we'll have it. We'll have it on Wednesday. So to come back Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, maybe Seamless Genius has a plan. All right, maybe. But I think she said this weekend she's going to find out about this. So, oh my goodness. This is funny. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, now you will see maybe he's not so crazy after all, because look at what they're saying. Well, you won't see this. I'm just going to explain to you. Life on Earth appeared when the geomagnetic field was formed. Did I not tell you about this magnetic field? Electricity rolling through. Your feet should be grounded to the ground. That's why when you're wearing tennis shoes, you should every now and then be barefoot and be grounded on dirt. Have you ever thought about that? So when people are on the beach and they're not wearing anything, no sandals, no nothing, actually, that's actually healing you, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this, increased a certain strength. The huge magnetosphere formed by the Earth's magnetic field on the surface of the Earth forms a natural protective barrier against the invasion of the outside world. Only living in a normal geomagnetic field can guarantee the health and continuation of life. Therefore, like sunlight, air, water, and nutrition, geomagnetism is the fifth element for life to survive. Exactly, it already exists here. That's why you're supposed to be barefoot on the ground. And that has a lot to do with, like, think about if you do yoga and things like that, but you're not grounded. You're usually in a room, but usually you like to be outside because now you're on the Earth's upper crust, right? That's actually healing. So again, they're saying it too, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, it's true. It's not like they're not saying this is not bogus stuff. This is actually legitimately true. So activate cells, energy. Yeah. Removes cold and dampness as well as waste from the body, burns fat. Okay. They're talking about 1 megahertz of electromagnetic energy. Okay. Bioimitation magnetic energy. Oh, they're actually doing just what I was talking about. They've actually changed it into a machine that mimics being with your shoes off in the dirt on the ground to receive the magnetic field. Oh my God. This is unbelievable. Yes, and yes. This can work, ladies and gentlemen, straight off. I'm telling you, this is it. This could work if it does what it says. Yes, boss. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, even before I knew what they were doing, this is actually legitimate because it seems like they're trying to mimic what's happening underneath our feet every day. But see, in America, we wear shoes. Most people wear shoes. And in a lot of areas around the world, people aren't prone to just wear shoes all the time. So when you go to Asian countries and you see people doing that that stuff where they're making these movements and doing all this, those movements are for flexibility of your body, but you'll notice no shoes on. That's how you're getting your healing. And now they've changed it to where in the Western world, this changes everything. People, and by the way, that's why in Asian cultures, because they eat different diets and don't have all this synthetic stuff, they live longer. The average lifespan is longer than Americans, right? So this actually, this actually could work because this is actually helps your body normally. If they can mimic what the earth is giving off, then this actually works. You have to understand that this could be important. This could be important. Okay, there are more than one type of red light therapy devices. Yes, I understand that that's probably what's going to transform out of this, because once you're able to balance, just like a pH balance in your body, for instance, a lot of people do not understand that you need your pH to be pretty high, like 6, 7, 8. Right? It's hard to get there because you have all this alkaline that you're eating. So, like, for instance, that sugar that you're eating and all this food that's bad, that doesn't have any acid, sorry, all the acid in your body. So the alkalinity is low. Guess what? Cancer is prevalent. That's one of the things. Your body has to be balanced, right? So you have to have that alkaline. Your pH balance has to be high, and 6, 7. So, and they started having this water, which I don't know what's going on. They don't sell it all over the United States, but you will go see water like in Cali, pH 7.5, pH 8 water. That's what I'd be drinking in Cali, right? So all this comes to a head. You have their pH balance, you have your alkalinity higher, acidity lower, because again, cancer causes when you have high acidity, then you got problems. All right. So all this goes hand in hand. All right. This goes hand in hand. This actually could work if what I'm reading, if this actually does the electromagnetic field that mimics the world, the earth. If that actually happens, this could work. This will work. There's nothing about it. It will work. This is why wearing shoes, like I just said, you're missing all of this. This is why the yoga people, this is why the chai guys, when they're over there doing those movements and they're barefoot, connected to the ground, because there's actually electricity coming through, and you are electric. Positive, negatives, you are. So the earth is actually part of you, which is why people from, let's call it 1500 BC, they looked at the world a different way. It fed you from the harvest. You had to make sure you were keeping it clean, so to speak. You had to make sure this is like you're got to treat the world with reverence. And the fact that you can't treat it with reverence, like how it's been happening in the Industrial Revolution for the last 100 years, and then you have, another 150 countries signing on to be in the Industrial Revolution, and you're killing Mother Nature, which actually helps human beings and all animal life forms. This is a thing, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why people are getting sicker and sicker, and you're messing up the environment. This all has to do with your mankind's length on this planet. And since we're deteriorating the planet, now all of a sudden, you're sooner or later not going to be able to drink water. You're not going to be able to eat food. Then what? All right. Not maybe in our lifetimes, but it's going to be in our great grandkids' lifetime, probably 100 years from now. They're going to come with the situation of, where are we getting fresh water? Where are we going to be able to make food that's not tainted? Because all these idiots over the last 150 years, when they have plastics, they just dumped them in the ocean and thought that was a good play. And they thought putting toxic nuclear chemicals in a drum and throwing them under the depths of the ocean is a good thing. That's all coming back to haunt us. I'm just saying. I'm glad to see this, though, because this could actually help a lot of people, including myself. This helps everybody. I will be getting one of these, quite frankly. If this is actually legitimate, I'd be getting one of these. So we will see. Good evening, SSN family. From Curtis Davis, Mr. Financial has arrived. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to his name. And he says, ABMM, always be making money. He's here on the Money Making Monday, telling people to always be making money, because as he knows, the future of financial independence is at stake. You need to control assets at this point going forward. And by the way, that's probably going to be the mantra for 2024. Buy a house was the mantra for 2023. It's not right time yet. Still, even though we're in August, still not the right time. You're going to have to wait. Let's see what happens September and October. All right? Because the Federal Reserve is going to have to make a decision. Either they're going to have a situation with the housing market go down because they're going to have to increase the interest rate, or they're going to have inflation go higher because they do nothing with the interest rate and they don't increase it. This is going to be a problem. They're on a teeter-totter, but basically, like I said, they're in basically 1970s. They did the exact same playbook so far. Didn't increase interest rates last time. Then they increased interest rates. And in fact, I'm going to, I'll probably make a video about this. I'll make a video, and we won't do it live. I'll do a video And we'll actually see what the charts look like in the 1970s when there was freaking 9 years of inflation and high interest rates. And they were doing this: increase interest rates, don't increase interest rates, increase interest rates, don't increase interest rates. Oh, I think we'll reduce interest rates. They were all over the map. 9 years of inflation. Unbelievable. All right. I want to point out one other thing in case I pass away and you guys are lucky enough to hear this. I want to point out something to you. So, this playbook also happened in the 80s. All right. After we did the trickle down thing. And then, as you very well may know now, that doesn't really work. So, in the late 80s, we had a savings and loan crisis, another banking, go figure. But here's the thing. Because of the inflation all over the world, in Australia, I had, and I still actually have a bank account in Australia. In Australia, I was getting, get this, 12% on my money from my bank in Australia. A regular old savings account. It was insane. Everybody in America is like, what are you talking about? I'm like, Australia, open an account, 12%. Simple. How crazy is that? This is going to happen again if they keep this up. So all I'm saying is you will have the same playbook. You go look around the world wherever you can open up bank accounts and you lock yourself in on these ridiculous 12%, 13%, 11% rates. You will be shocked, just like right now, because of what they're doing to increase interest rates. You know, there's places that give you 5% right now here in America. I haven't checked the world yet, but again, you have dividends that you can get 12, 13, 14%, but always be making money. That's an option for you. The rest of the world is your oyster now. It's global. It's not even like you have to look. You have the internet now. Back in the day, you didn't have internet where you could just look it up. You either had to know this was part of a playbook or learned it just based on you looked on newspapers and you saw in the Wall Street Journal, hey, what's this? Wait. In Australia, you can get 14% with a savings account? What the hell's going on here? This is crazy. How do I open a bank account? Just show up. So these are the type of things that if you know what's going to happen, you can prepare. So if they keep increasing interest rates, then you know the rest of the world gives higher interest rates. You could have your money locked there and be like, damn, this is sweet. And yeah, you have an ATM card too. Oh yeah, it has a Visa MasterCard logo. So if you ever wanted to take money out, you can do that. The problem is you just couldn't put money in. You either had to wire or take it there back in the day. Now, you can wire money in, you can send money over there a lot easier probably now. Since I don't send money over there, I don't know, but there was stuff like even in Hawaii. Hawaii is part of the United States. At one time, I can't remember when it was though. I think it was after the debacle in our meltdown in 1999, 2000, somewhere like there. Hawaii banks, they had like a 2 or 3% higher savings account rate than in the United States. So when I was in Hawaii, I was like, hey, I need to open an account over here. They're like, why? I need to put these thousands over here. And they're like, oh, do you want a checking account? I said, hell no. I was like, no, you're giving me, I can't remember the rate though. I think it's, it was like 9%, 10%, something like that. And I was like, nah, I just like it because it's here and I vacation here. So I'll always have money whenever I come here. Because my whole point was I didn't like being tracked. I'm always under federal watch list, right? So I didn't like being tracked. Because then every time I landed somewhere, I could just go to the bank. And yeah, the federal government in Hawaii knows that I have a bank account there if they check. But at the same time, I don't have to worry. Whenever I go there, I just take money out. I don't have a track, so to speak. Go to Australia, I just take money out. So the United States doesn't know. So same thing. That's how I was rolling around the world doing all this crazy stuff. And they're just like, wait, who is this? What's this guy doing? He's doing something illicit. And by the way, Curtis Davis, he's also known as Chili Davis here in the YouTube streets with 2 L's, CHILOY Davis. Go show some love, ladies and gentlemen. He's part of the SSN Nation, has been for a long time. He's doing the No Guru Zone. He's doing the SSN Academy, SSN University by extension. He's giving people financial news, updates, and information throughout the day so it can make your financial ideas and thoughts and plays into the stock market or not, or into ETFs or not. You can make financial decisions because he's posting it up 2 or 3 times a day. He might even be dropping a video tonight. You just never know. So go over there, subscribe to his channel, click the all notification bell, because that's where you want to be. All right, I sent you a video again in another version. Hopefully you can open it. All right, let's see what this is. Let's see if we can make this happen. I'm excited about this. This is great. I'm very excited. Yes, MOV. We can open MOVs. This is a video of an elderly lady immediately feeling the result. Yeah, I believe this. This is not far-fetched. If you have not studied any of this, ladies and gentlemen, what the theory, if they're able to produce this electromagnetic field, just like if you were standing on the ground barefoot, if they can mimic that, that works. I'm just to tell you straight up, it works. You would be better off with it than without. This is this would help you. This is great. I hope we can play this because this is going to be a yes, it came up. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to attach it. I'm actually going to attach it here. I don't know how long it is, but let's see if I can play this file. It's MOV. Let's see. Let's see if we can play MOVs. Yes, it looks like we can here. I can't play that HEIC. Oops. Nope, can't play it here. Let's see if I can add it. Let's see if that works. 24th annual. Okay, I'm going to take that off. Let's see. Okay, that's not good either. Can't add it. Can't play the... Okay. I can open the MOV. I was just trying not to, because that means I'm going to have to play. I don't know if the recording, checking codec availability. That's interesting. Oh, you need a new codec to play this. What the frick? Oh, it's under HEVC as well. This is crazy. Can't play it. Unbelievable. They won't let me play that. That's weird. All right. So we will have to open this. Let's see here. Maybe we can do something else. I should have been able to play .movs. This is very interesting. It's saying I need that HEVC or HEIC. Yeah, HEVC video extensions. Okay, I'm going to actually convert these myself. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to play this tonight because even though it's in MOV, it's running on an HEVC. I've never seen this before. So that explains it. But anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about this on Wednesday night. So come back and join us on Wednesday at 8:50 p.m. Now on Wednesday, only members with the icon can be in the chat room, right? So everybody can watch. And you don't want to miss Wednesday because this could be a new business venture in the United States because a lot of people, yes, they're into yoga. Yes, they're into spa. Yes, they're into healing, but it costs a lot of money when you're taking care of your body. There's just no way around it, whether it's time, whether it's money, whether it's surgery, whatever it is, it takes a lot of money. This right here is something that you can, if they can artificially mimic this could change this could help a lot of people. You guys, I mean, this is not, if this actually works, this changes things greatly. I'm kind of excited about this. I mean, seriously. I'm excited. The device she is experiencing is a red light panel. Right. Because now, right. Because look at this. Normally, all you could do is lay on the ground, right? You can get something. You can also stand on the ground. Most people wouldn't lay on dirt, right? But you'll stand barefoot. So you get that healing natures from Mother Nature. But the thing is, if you start doing panels and it can go through on just not your feet, but in other areas of your body, that would give you more exposure in a less amount of time. We have something here. All right. You know what? What are we calling this? Red light. I know it's already on Google. Come on. I know it's on Google already. I just don't know what they're going to be talking about here. Doctor tries red light therapy, science behind growing trend of red light therapy, red light. Okay. We're going to find out. The science is real based on the earth. It's real. Yep. Here we go. Yep. We can do it. Wait, I saw something here. No worries. We can do it on Friday, boss. Okay. We'll talk about it on Friday, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Yes. If it look, it's already going to be out. If you Google red light therapy, you can see a lot of research. Exactly. Actually, just based on what they said, I already know about how the earth can heal people. It's just that most people don't run around barefoot. So you actually don't get those healing properties most of the time. And by wearing shoes, that actually blocks the healing powers. And that also could attribute to why certain people feel a certain way and don't get those that health benefits from it, because you're wearing shoes all the time. And a lot of people don't go on vacation that much where they would actually have their feet attached to the ground. A lot of people don't do yoga. A lot of people don't do any of that chai type of energy as well. So all I'm saying is it already is telling me the correct information. The fact though is, once they say it does that, does it really do that if you measure it? That's the $1 million question, right? There's a lot of what you would call here. We're going to give you a pill. And in this pill, we have, let's say, vitamin C. In this pill, it's all just soluble water. The two studies, and then you find out what's going to happen. So now you know, okay, we know we gave them nothing and we know we gave them vitamin C. What happened? And so do we have some activity over here that we gave everybody the vitamin C from scientific checks and studies versus the other group we gave nothing to? What does it show there? And hopefully the vitamin C, vitamin A, whatever we gave them, hopefully we see some improvement from them. And how many did we see improvement of? Oh, 8 out of 10. Wait, this is working then. What about this group over here? Well, one person showed some improvement. We didn't give them anything. So that means there's something else going on. 8 people showed improvement out on this side. Oh, well, definitely this is working here. Let's do some more tests. What they're talking about, what they're discussing with their system on paper, it works. So I'm going to vouch for this because it does work. I've studied this type of thing before. And like I said, I've been studying medical stuff for a long time. I've always been interested in it because if you want to live a long time, you have to, because the federal government is not actually looking out for you. All right. So let me give you guys a perfect example. I don't have any ketchup or anything like that around, but I'll give you a perfect example. The reason why food may taste different around the world is because I'll give you a ketchup, or a staple when you get a hamburger, right? For a lot of people, they have fructose and sugars and things like that in the American ketchup. But because the fructose is banned in a lot of countries that we would visit, the ketchup tastes different because you don't have the same amount of sugar in it and the same amount of bad ingredients in it, like synthetic ingredients. So you take all of that out because it's banned in those countries, but in the United States, you're allowed to consume it. So you go, ugh, what's this taste like? What's going on? And in America, it's like, oh, this tastes good, but it's actually killing you inside or harming your body, shall I say, not killing you, but harming your body. So those are the simple things, the simplest way I can describe this. So the fact that they don't have this machine as part of therapy in the United States this should have been here a long time ago if this was possible, is kind of like par for the course in the United States. I recently went in a red light therapy bed and the whole day I was not hungry, crazy. Hey, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Whether it's hunger, whether it's less pain, whether it's less just a nice feeling, that's the only way I can look at it, right? So nothing wrong with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about this on Friday, not Wednesday. So join us on Friday at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have to hear if Seamless Genius has come up with a game plan on how she can do this. And we'll talk about this because this could also be another business opportunity. You know, we love business opportunities that you control. That's what you want. You want to control it. Yes, it's available to other people, so you're going to have competition. But as it works out in anywhere, if you're first or have some way of it in the niche and getting in front of people, then you win. Doesn't matter if you have 1,000 people. Just like there's, I don't even know, hundreds of thousands of YouTube channels. Everybody can't have views, right? That's just the nature of the beast. So as some people are going to take longer to get to 5,000 subscribers than others. Some people will be on 2 days or 1 day and get 5,000 subscribers. Another guy can be on 2 years, 10 years. Well, I don't know about 10 years, but 2 years, 3 years. And then it takes to get to 5,000 subscribers, right? So, and even then, that doesn't mean that there's going to be a audience all the time. So those are the type of things that happens with business. Just because it's available, now the whole world might go, this is great, but only a certain amount of people will try to create a business out of it. And if it heals, you're in business. Anything that can stop pain, anything that can make you feel better, and you don't have to take pills or drugs or do anything, but stand or lay. I don't know what you do, but that is not evasive or anything, and it works. Thumbs up. I love this. This is great to hear about. I recently went in a red light. Okay, I'm going to look at this again. The whole day I was not hungry. That's understandable because if there's some healing, food is just a necessary evil for energies and making sure you have nutrients in your body that can absorb other nutrients and do things like that. It's a well-oiled machine. But what's missing is when you're grounded to the earth, absorbing some other energies that has generally been missing from people because we wear shoes all the time. And again, when we go on vacation, we're on the beach, walking with no shoes on. And people are like feeling good, right? They're like, yeah, I feel good. I'm on vacation. I have a weight lifted off. All is good. But you're not even thinking, you're just thinking, oh, it's the stress from work. It's the stress from life. I'm over here hanging out. But actually, there's more to it. You're standing on the earth, electrical current that helps you as a human being and all animals. All animals, ladies and gentlemen. That's how crazy this is. And just speaking of that connectivity, animals are also connected. So let me, as a human being, a lot of people don't believe in certain things, right? But you have to start ask yourself questions. We'll get into this. This is fascinating. When there's a storm coming, how is it that animals know when storms are coming? They go find shelter hours before the storm's coming. They're not caught out in the storm, but human beings, some human beings, they can't feel anything. See, there's currents that a lot of people don't know about because they've been muted. So there's a thing out here that people don't realize. So some people would say, hey, you would think somebody's crazy when they say, hey, I feel something. You've heard, I'm pretty sure a lot of you have felt somebody come up to you and go, hey, man, I think I feel something or something seems weird. And you're like, nah, whatever. This is actually, you're just like the animals, except you're muted. They're in touch with the earth. So they know, hey, it's going to rain, and like, we better go get some shelter. And they're gone. They're safe. Human beings, you don't know when nothing's happening generally. So just keep this in your head. There's things going on. Exactly. This is right here it. Our bodies were designed to heal in nature, not the concrete junk. Exactly. All the plants that they're burning down, moving down, mowing down based on all this stuff. I'm getting into health and healing, but you guys, this is how you live forever. I mean, not forever, but you live a long life when you take care of yourself and understand what's going on. The plants are all have healing properties on the planet for humans and for all animals. The water you drink was designed to save you. Fresh water. Even ice caps were built in the system, so therefore you'll have fresh water for a long time. I don't know if it's going to only be 2,000 years and 2,500 years or 5,000 years or millions more. But the fact of the matter is, this whole planet was built to contain animals. All right? That's the whole thing that people don't understand. You can't drink salt water, first of all, and survive, right? Not indefinitely. You're going to have problems. But all the plant and vegetations on the planet can be used for healing you or animals. But the older we get, we rely on doctors. We don't know the Indians, indigenous peoples of the world, they relied on plants. They would be able to tell you, hey, go over here, get this plant and get that plant, bring it back. We crush it up, do whatever, put it on. That's a paste. This is what's going to happen. Nobody knows about that in America, right? Because traditionally, you're not part of that culture. All right. Living around the world, ladies and gentlemen, you'll learn a lot. So I suggest everybody, you go around the world and study other cultures. You'll learn a lot. You'll be like, what happened before when somebody got sick, right? They didn't die. What happened when somebody got cut before? They didn't die. What happened with that infection? There's plants. They knew about what plants healed your infections, what plants you need to take to get rid of this, that, and the other. It's all there, whether it's a flower even. You'll be shocked if you start looking around. Okay, but she's right. This is exactly what the earth was designed for. Exactly. We have been polluted away from our nature. Exactly. Sorry, guys, I'm leaving. Sorry, guys, I'm learning so much. I'm obsessed lately. Vanessa Comegate, well, congratulations. Trying to tell people this 30, 40 years ago, what they're telling people now was people thought, well, you're crazy. You're a health nut is what they used to say. Eric, you're a health nut. I'm like, hey, I'm giving you stuff here. I'm giving you, when somebody tells you the pH water, I'm going to tell you guys, I got so many stories. It's ridiculous. I'm at, this is like 1992 or 3. And I'm down in LA. And I can't remember exactly why I was down there. And I find my way into a health. It wasn't even a health thing. It was more like business. But it was like this convention, but people had booths. So I'm going there for business. I'm thinking investment in business for some. It was blast caps. In fact, it's. Let me show you guys something. It never became popular, but some people have seen it. On top of water bottles, they had this thing called blast caps, and inside of the cap, they had like vitamin C, anything you wanted in it. So I was going to have a manufacturer for me. So if I wanted vitamin A, vitamin C, B1, B2, the powders, you could put it all in what they call the blast cap. And so basically, I could have any bottle like this, and then I put the blast cap on and I puncture it, and it drops inside any formulation I want to create, and I have it with me in a little cap. So people can transport it in your luggage, bags, whatever, your backpacks, whatever you had. You can always have blast caps with you, and you could always have the necessary nutrients with you, and then you pop it on a water bottle. He goes, I'm over here. And I go to this little thing to go see the guy. I get there, all of a sudden I find out it's more like a nutritional thing than business. And these people are in there talking about, hey man, we got this pH, I think it was 8.5 or whatever. And I'm listening to this guy and I'm like, pH 8.5. I'm like, water? And they're like, yeah. They start talking about, hey, this alkaline acid in your bodies, this is what causes cancer because you're acidic. And so therefore, this is good for you and it keeps your pH balance levels higher. I was just like, holy smoke, give me that information. Let me check this out. So that was in the 90s, early 90s. So that's how you learn things in life. And that's why I know a little bit about this, because I've been in the nutrition just by accident. And so you find out things and you're like, holy smokes, okay, let me eat a little bit more salad here. Hold up a second. Let me find out about omegas, where I got to get an avocado every now and then, right? You can find out all these nutrients that you aren't getting inside your body. And the next thing you know, you don't have pains, you don't have aches. People look at you like, do you ever get sick? It's like, yeah, I get sick occasionally. They're just like, occasionally. I've known you for like 3 years. You've never been sick. I'm like, I know, but I was sick when I was a kid. When they were giving me shots, they're giving me pills, they're doing all this stuff. I said, but I eat a little bit differently than you guys have been eating this whole time. I said, I've been putting nutrients into my body and doing certain things while you guys are sitting there going down and eating all these burgers, fries, and, all this stuff. I've been pretty much not doing any of that and eating what people take as a normal, a diet that people have the norm now is what I was doing 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So people were always like, so I'm not inhaling all these toxins. I don't eat food with all these toxins in it. I was always all natural, when the all natural had to fight to get all natural, right? So 25, 30 years ago, there was like in the aisles for all natural, it was literally like one little row, if you were lucky, and not all grocery stores even had it. But living in Cali, you had it. If I come to the South or Midwest, no stores had it. So it was lucky that I lived in Cali, because they actually had an aisle, one little aisle. Come over here, get this fruit organic, get that fruit organic, get this meat organic. And that was about it. Now, all over America, they have, no hormones and all this stuff in foods. But back then, it was very hard to find. And generally, that's why the nutrition business was so big, because there was people that would get products and services and find out about all these products at these health or business meetings or whatever conventions. And then you would find out, wait a minute, this is actually, studies have been done. This actually stuff works. But the mainstream doctors, they don't want to do that. They want to give you pills, which have side effects. So you're dealing with one thing, but get side effects from another that causes another problem. And that's why people ultimately, you're in a cycle. So you can't be ill and just say, oh yeah, okay, I'm going to take the doctor's stuff. You have to be thinking, what about natural healing? All right, enough. Health is wealth, ladies and gentlemen. Just smash the like button, please. If you like what we're talking about, subscribe to the channel, and also click the all notification bell down below and share the video, because we just got health. We were going to talk about the future of financial independence. We talked about it a lot, but we also started talking about your financial independence is also going to be reliable as long as your health is reliable. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. All right. Vanessa, we're learning a lot from you today. Taking notes. My grandmother in PR used to cure me with natural. Exactly. I miss those times. That's a perfect example, Victor Morrell. Because remember, on the island, they're indigenous to the island, and that's what they use. There was none of this pills. Come over here, take a pill, and do that. They were just like, hey, go out to the tree. I know exactly what he's talking about. In Puerto Rico, there used to be like, I don't even know, these plants that you've never seen in America or anywhere in America, quite frankly. In fact, there's fruit over there that you've never seen in America too, that you would have trees. The neighbors, go out, get cut on a tree. Victor Morrell probably knows what I'm talking about, or people that lives in Asia. You get cut on a tree. You're thinking, no big deal. I just ran by a bush. I got cut. You come back and you start going, I got cut by that bush. They're like, oh, hey, come over here, do this. And they start chopping up stuff, doing stuff here. Put this on. And I'm like, oh, it's just a little cut. And then sure enough, you wait a little bit longer and you're like, wait, there's something happening here. So that little cut was on a tree that had something in it that's going to cause you a problem, but they knew about it and they put a paste on you and you're all good, healed up. But if you didn't, you would have had an infection. That's the thing I'm talking about. Victor Morell knows what I'm talking about. So this is exactly the things that American medicine took off the shelf and said, no, come and get our pills. That's all they care about. So this is another reason why culture has been invaded. Fasting is powerful for healing as well. Another subject for another day. Yeah, that is another subject. That will take another 30, 45 minutes. All right, we're going to wrap this up tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Victor Morell, yes, those grandmas are wise and live longer, right? Because the medicine, the thing about giving pills and all that wasn't a thing. That's the whole point. The medicine situation with pharmaceuticals became a thing like in the late 60s, 70s. All of a sudden, they started pushing pills on everybody. And then they monetized it in the early 70s. So I'll give you a little history. Kaiser, that's right. You guys know Kaiser Permanente in California. You know that very well. But around the world, in the United States, Kaiser's in a lot of places. Nixon was friends with Kaiser. Kaiser, when Nixon was involved with California politics, before he was president, he allowed Kaiser to build his clinics. And then when he became president, they made a pact that they get to do certain things and he can create his Kaiser Permanentes all over California, for instance, and in other locations. So I think he had like 6 or 7 of them. That's how all this modern medicine, where you have healthcare with certain providers, that's how this all started from like 1969, 1968, somewhere in there. It's not, so people who are familiar now, you're like, this is the way it was. But if your grandmother or parents were born before like 1960, they know natural methods. They have other methods. They know nothing about pills. So the only way the industry could grow was pharmaceuticals come in. You have patients, have them take this. You get a kickback. That's how it all started just 50 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm just giving a little history. This is crazy. Victor Morell, yes, those grandmas were wise. That's why grandmas were wise. When you fast, you give your machine a chance to rest and heal. This is very true. So all you meat lovers, and what I mean by that is you steak lovers, the cow lovers and all that, what you don't understand is not only is it really not that good for you, even though, yes, there's protein, but you can get protein from nuts, for Christ's sake. You don't need protein from this. But you're putting your body through a traumatic experience when you eat steak, for instance. Everybody thinks steak is cool, right? Your body doesn't. It's actually just what she's saying. That's why I brought it up. Your body it can't rest. You're putting it through turmoil. You guys can Google it. I'm just saying. All right. So think about that. It's serious. It's not something like, yeah, okay, you get protein. So what? I can get protein from nuts. I can get protein from plants. I can get protein from a lot of different sources. But that source, and it actually causes other problems down the line because digesting it is a problem. It doesn't do digestion in like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 2 hours. It takes a while to process through your system, and people don't understand that, right? So then when they say, hey, you have cancer, or you have problems with your colon, or you have this and that and the other, there's offshoots of problems that come along because you're eating too much of that red meat. Just saying. You can Google it. You can look it up yourself. You'll be like, oh, damn, okay, I'm putting my body through all this just so I can eat that when there's other choices I can make. There you go. All right. This has turned into a health and wealth industry, and financial independence does base itself on being able to get around. I'm going to say it like I've always said. You want to be financially independent sooner than later, because as you age, generally, you don't know if you're going to be able to walk. You don't know if you're ever going to be able to see. You don't even know if you're going to be able to use all of your limbs. You might have to be in a wheelchair. All I'm saying is you can get around on all of that, but all countries are not handicap efficient. In fact, most countries don't give a damn if you're handicapped. All right. They're not putting in any ramps for you. You still got to go up all these 10 stairs. They're not putting in any handicap chair lifts. You can forget all about that. All right. So you don't want to be in that position. So the longer that you can be autonomous, have all your autonomy by yourself, then you're not going to have an issue. The longer you can do that, the better. And then you gain knowledge on how you can keep yourself a little more healthful. Well, guess what? This red light thing, if this truly works, this would extend people's health tremendously. Yes, Eric, I know. Flashback. That generation ate natural also. Yeah, you got that right. Their immune system was a lot stronger. Why? Just being outside and playing with dirt. LOL. Exactly. That's exactly right. Healing up was faster. Everything, your body healed up faster. It was almost like you're like I always say, Superman, Superwoman, right? You get cut up, your body heals fast, right? Soon as when you're on the all natural plan, when your body's right, it heals fast. Then when your body doesn't heal fast, that means that's almost a sign like there's something wrong, right? So those are the type of things you have to think about. Exactly. Natural meant no pesticides in your food when they're on a tree. Now you can't. It's crazy. Exactly, Victor. Too much video game playing, not enough outside activity. That's also part of it. You have to run around. You have to do cardiovascular. You have to use your muscles. You don't use your muscles, then they lose being muscles. Atrophy kicks in. So therefore, this brings up this is heartfelt. And one of my other jobs that I used to do for a time, I used to actually be a trainer. In case I haven't told you guys that before, I used to help people at the fitness centers, and I did a little bit more, but it all started out. In fact, I should have my man Ron on. Oh, speaking of that, man, we wait. Speaking of having guests on, hold on a second. We don't have on my man. Hold on, my man's supposed to be coming on, right? We're supposed to have Rhett Butler come on sometime soon. Now that I every time I think of this, I sent him a message like 2 or 3 days ago, so I'm gonna have to call him, see if we have him on. We're gonna talk about that business as well. So that just reminded me. Everything in moderation. Choose your meats carefully, but eat more live food, less processed. There's the key. Less processed, and watch your carbs and watch your sugars. All right. Carbs turn into sugar. That's how they use it to give you more energy, but it's only temporary. But in the long run, you keep eating those carbs and you keep eating that sugar, that's actually bad for you. So that's why you have to start looking at how much sugar and carbs you're intaking. You want very small amounts. So when you're thinking you're eating when your kids going to school in the morning and you say, hey, here's some orange juice. Ladies and gentlemen, you might want to know they're going to get 23 packs of sugar, which is 23 grams. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, when you go eat at a restaurant and they have packs of sugar for coffee or tea, that's a gram. So what people don't realize is 23 of those is in the glass that you just gave the kid who's getting ready to go off to school. Not only that, you also gave them like 20 grams of carbs, which turns into sugar. So you just uploaded, just off of a glass, uploaded probably almost 40 grams or more, depending on which orange juice you have or which cranberry juice you have. So when the kids and the teachers are going, I don't know what's going on with these kids. They're all like freaked out when they come here in the morning and then they want to sleep in the class. I'm just like, oh my God, will somebody help these people out? It's a health situation. You just loaded them up with 100 packs of sugar. You didn't give them 100 packs of sugar. You gave them 100 grams total between the carbs and the sugar and what you just fed them in the morning and the cereal. Now you got 100 grams, 100 packs of sugar in their system. I think you're going to have wired up kids. And I also know those kids are going to be falling asleep in about 3 to 4 hours, coming down. And they're not going to be able to concentrate in the class. But you guys don't want to tell people this. You want to sell products. Those are the problems that we have out here. All right. So if you have a problem with your kid paying attention in class and the teacher's saying, hey, he's like, you have to start thinking about diets at this point. How much sugar are you giving them when they leave the house? You're probably giving them like 100 packs, 75 packs. And it's going to take process of 1 to 2 hours. And then that third hour, they're not going to be paying attention because they're going to be sleepy. So you're going to have performance issues. And a lot of people think, oh, the kid's maybe not listening, or the kid's not doing good because he's mentally not ready. But in actuality, it's just like they're like little drug addicts without knowing it. You just gave them 100 packs of sugar before they even left the house. Then you gave them lunch and you said, here, take this apple. Okay. Hey, don't forget your juice. Hey, don't forget whatever. Oh, I put a little candy in there for you. You just gave them another 50, 60 grams of sugar. So now they're going to be asleep. They're going to be on a whole different wavelength in the second half of the day. And teachers go, we have problems. I'm like, you're damn right you're going to have problems. All right, enough. These are conversations I used to have with teachers about what you guys are doing. All right, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. We got to wrap it up. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I love you guys very much. I appreciate your support. But once again, please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, but we have to make more money, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to make it harder and harder. They're squeezing us already. 64% of the population in America are living paycheck to paycheck, and it's rising. With those 30,000 people that just got laid off from Yellow Freight, that takes a dent. And they were getting paid nicely. They're in the union. So those jobs are gone. I don't know what job they're going to get, but I doubt if they're going to be getting six-figure incomes. For a lot of those people are gone. And they probably live six-figure lives comfortably. And now their pension is gone too, allegedly. I think it's going to be gone. This is why you have to have something yourself on the burner. And several things if you can get it. That's what we do here. So come back on Friday so we can find out more about this machine, the red light therapy, because this could be a gold mine for a lot of people. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.